Hi, Diane here, and today I'm going to bring you a third video about Union Jacked. Yay, I have a proof copy, which this little line won't be there in the final production, but this is better than nothing. So, and I will give you a quick peek. You will see I'm working on my revisions, and you see all the red. That is all the stuff I need to change from this copy to the final. Okay. So I told you in earlier videos that every Samantha Kidd book has three things. There is a character from the Samantha Kidd universe that is tied to the crime. There is something about the fashion industry, and there's a personal problem for Samantha. So I already told you that the character from the Samantha Kidd universe that this one revolves around is Detective Longcar. And the title is Union Jacked. The thing about the fashion industry that this one has is sort of British style. So Samantha Kidd's personal problem. If you've been following along, you know that the book one, it all started out with Samantha giving up her job in New York to move back to the small town in Pennsylvania where she grew up, to live in the house where she grew up, and to kind of find out why she wasn't happy. So this whole series, this whole journey so far through 8 books has been her basically trying to figure out what is it that's going to make me finally feel like I'm happy with what I have. So she keeps searching for answers, and in searching for those answers, she keeps getting involved in crimes, and the searching and the inquisitive side of her helps her solve those crimes. But is she any closer to being happy? Well, she's married now. So she's got the guy that she wanted, and she's got a job with some security, although that's questionable after what happened in the last couple of books. But is she happy? So that is part of the question. The thing is, Samantha is very focused on personal growth. And if you remember in Cement Stilettos, there was the whole Samantha Kidd 2.0 thing. And then Panty Raid, she went off to Vegas with Nick, and there were great strides taken there. But now she's back in Ribbon, Pennsylvania. And Nick is not around because he's in Asia sourcing out a sneaker line, a designer sneaker line, because he has to reinvent his own company for his own reasons. So she's alone, but she's married. There's somebody else who lives in her house, which she's not very used to. There are some problems going on with the store reestablishing itself in the wake of some recent crime that it was tied to. And a British company has bought the store, so now she's got to work with this British sales executive on how to reinvent Tradava. So there's a lot of change happening in Samantha's world. So she has decided that the way for her to work through this is to rely on self-help podcasts. In fact, positive thinking. In fact, the positive thinking podcast, Get Popped, the power of positive thinking. So Samantha is now listening to her podcasts, and she also seems to stumble upon a life coach. Now, I kind of love this take on Samantha taking on this next step toward her personal growth. But there just so happens to be one other personal problem that's nagging at her. One other thing that she doesn't really know if it's a problem or if it's not a problem, if it's good or if it's bad, if she's ready for her life to change any more than her life has already changed. But it turns out she might be pregnant. So you'll have to read Union Jacked to find out what happens, and it comes out on April 9th. And that is all for now. Thanks for watching. And hold on. Today I am going to bring you, why do I do that every single time I do one of these videos? I didn't zoom, so now you got edges. Oh, and aren't you impressed that I actually have a backdrop and a light? But you're not impressed because you can see that it's just a piece of fabric draped over a rod. Okay, let's start over. And I would just like to point out that I got my first actual haircut, my first official haircut in like 8 or 9 years, because I really like to cut my own hair, but I decided to pay a professional. So this is the result.